Welcome to this new video. So I really felt like before the new videos are coming out, new vlogs, I feel like I needed to make an update for you guys because a lot has changed, a lot is happening, and I felt like if I don't update you guys, there's gonna be kind of a gap. Going into this whole experience has been always really open. You start and you sign up for a whole year, and if you want, you can extend it for 6 months, 9 months, or a year. And I've always gone into it really open-minded. I did always have the mindset that I will probably stay for 2 years with the same family, with another family. I didn't know yet. And throughout the whole year, my feelings about this kind of like changed from like one day I really was like, no, I'm going home. The other day I was really like, no, I'm staying here. The other day I was like, no, I'm staying, but with a different family. It like kept going back and forth, and in the end, I actually didn't know what to do. At some point, I actually decided that I didn't want to do another year and wanted to go home and have another experience. However, this other experience would be either pretty risky or it would be super expensive. And I really went back and forth between that because I didn't really want to take a risk, but I also didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. So eventually I shoved this idea to the side and changed my mind back to the idea of extending, because this was way easier and I could still get a lot of new experiences and learn a lot, grow a lot. And also in this period of time had been going to New York quite a lot, and I just fell in love with New York, so I felt like either extending in a place near New York or even in New York would be the greatest idea ever. So I went into the extension process super enthusiastic, super excited to meet new families and get into contact with these families. And I think it took about a month. I've been talking to several families, and then I was really happy with one family and was like on the verge of deciding to go for them, and then it happened. Something came in between and it didn't work out in the end. And this kind of brought me down a lot in the beginning, but after giving it some time, I started all over again, started connecting with new families again, and again it took me about a month to really connect and have good conversations with families again. And eventually I had started with a family and I just felt the best connection ever with the family. I could talk so good with the host mom, and I already started picturing myself living there, being with them, and yeah, that was all I could think about at that moment. Then there came a moment I had already told the family that I would love to join them, would love to come to them. And I remember this moment vividly. We were on Hawaii at that moment. I was hiking with some friends somewhere and we were in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't have service. And when we got back into service, I had received a text from the family, and this text said that they couldn't do it timing wise. They would love to have it, but the timing just didn't work out for them. And this broke me down at that moment. Because I just already saw myself living there and thought it was really gonna work out, and then it fell through, I cried that whole day. I felt so bad. And eventually I ended up having a really good talk with Andrea, and this made me realize I've been doing this for 2 months now. It happened twice to me that I was talking to a family, getting close, and then it fell through at the last moment. Maybe this is not for me anymore. Maybe this is not my thing. And after all, this was the easy way that I went for, and you should never just pick the easy way. You shouldn't go for the easy way. So after this, I started thinking again, and I didn't really know what to do, and I came up with several ideas. So okay, if this program isn't for me anymore, what then? I went back to the idea I had first that was either risky or expensive, and I started reconsidering that. And I also started considering the fact of going back to school already. I want to do a master's, so what if I just go home and do my master's already? Those two options seemed the most appealing to me, but in the end I decided to go for another year, waiting with my master's for another year, because I always had this in mind, getting 2 years of experience, and I still really felt, with looking back at this year, how much I've grown from it, how much I've learned, how much I've seen, experienced, everything. I felt like I just needed another year to do that before I went back into studying and a master, and this is the time I can do it. after I did my master, get a job. I will never do this again. So I really think it's worth doing another year. What exactly I'm gonna do, I'm not sure yet. As I said, I had this plan I've been thinking about, but I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know if it's gonna work out yet. So I will just have to work on that, and I will update you guys if I know more about it, if it's gonna work out. But yes, this means that I'm going home. And that was just crazy. Like, first I made that decision and I was like, okay, I'm going home. And then suddenly it just like hit me. Because at first I had in my head that I would do another year, and then it was still miles away that I would go home. And now suddenly it wasn't like 2 or 3 months that I would go home, and then hit me at some point. But I've been living towards it now and feel ready, and I'm excited to see what the future brings. And also for this channel, I'm super excited to see what will happen. I will keep on traveling, keep making videos about it, and also take you along in my plans for the future. So if you're interested to see what the future will bring for me, definitely keep following me. And then I'm gonna end this video. I hope I updated you guys enough, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye!